Once upon a time on a magical little island, the new settlers established a district called Kentish. This pretty place showed much promise and its hub Sheffield thrived. But like hundreds of small rural towns around the country, Sheffield was devastated by the economic changes of the mid-20th century, and by the early 1980s this prince had slipped into a slumber. The catalyst that would bring Sheffield both fame and fortune began as a desperate bid by a small but dedicated band of local residents determined to save their town.
We decided we would put the history of our town on the walls to bring tourists in. It's worked very well.
And so the artists came. Through the magic of their brushstrokes, they brought the region's history and stories to life, creating Tasmania's outdoor art gallery and transforming the frog into the prince. A local artist describes how it was in the early days.
This was a time when the mural idea was very new to the town, and a lot of people were opposing it and didn't like the intrusion. So my experience painting Harry Clark, which was in very, very cold weather and wet weather, of people going past and ignoring me. And I really got the treatment from those who opposed. There were sort of two camps, one wanted it, one didn't want it. We had some very funny things said to us because I'd often get the help of my husband or someone would be working with me, and one day two ladies went past and said, well, at least it keeps them off the dole. Many good moments. People were complimentary. We didn't ever have nastiness. People were generally very kind.
One by one, the town's quaint historical buildings were given the kiss of life. But visionary Brian Inder believed the mural theme needed another string to its bow.
That's where I conceived the idea of Mural Fest, where we would have artists come together in an arts competition in the centre of town, in full public view, with everybody watching, and compete against each other for quite a substantial prize. That became known as Mural Fest, and there was great dreams for that to spread worldwide. So what I want here is to encourage young artists. These are the people we want to bring forward. These are the people we want to be known as known artists who are able to function in a society as an artist and make a decent and interesting living and make life terribly pleasant for all the rest of us, because that's what art does, doesn't it?
Where once the buildings echoed the sound of silence, today they enchant and entertain, now celebrating 25 years as a town of murals and the 10th anniversary of Mural Fest. A systematic approach to maintaining over 60 murals was evident.
Very similar to a lot of the galleries, they have restoration programs set in place to restore paintings and artworks, and so it's not unsimilar here in Sheffield. We're in a situation where we have thousands of metres of murals to maintain, and so a similar thing has to take place, except the only difference is that these are on the outside and in the galleries are on the inside, so we've got weather to contend with, all those sort of things. And so we're using paint which has a life expectancy of 15 years, which means it should be a 15-year cycle as far as the maintenance of a mural.
Today, the region is a thriving arts and tourism mecca, attracting over 200,000 visitors a year. A local business owner explains what he thinks the magic is.
There's bonding, because people then can share their responses to the mural when they leave. And you've got families sitting in cars and they're talking to each other instead of just doing this listening with these earphones in. And actually, so what was your favourite mural? Well, I like this bit and I like that bit. What did you think of this mural? So you've got the whole families talking about the pretty pictures. So we actually cater to everything which is in the heritage tourism study for the current thing, or what people are looking for.
Among the many battling towns in rural Australia, Sheffield stands as a beacon of hope for what can be achieved with passion, perseverance and a lick of paint.